Keeping you in the know, What's going on, family? This your brother Real Deal with another You Know video. In today's video, I want to talk about how it always seems like a lot of police officers abuse our constitutional rights. And in a lot of cases, it seems like certain police officers feel like just because they have a badge that they can be able to impose their law and go against the laws of the citizens, as them being public servants, and they feel like they can be judge, jury, and executioners at the same time without just cause. But family, I'm gonna play a short news clip and I'm gonna come back to do my commentary.
News 8's Mario Boone just spoke to the driver of the vehicle that was hit by bullets fired by a police officer. His girlfriend suffering a gunshot wound. Mario joining us live from the scene at Argyle Street, Dixwell Avenue, with that exclusive interview and the latest on the investigation. Mario.
Well, Scott, before we get to that, let me tell you that the intersection here of Argyle and Dixwell just opened up literally minutes ago. Let me show you. It's clear now. Police just drove away with the car the man and the girl were in, the woman rather. They took that car away to be processed for evidence, but again, you can see the street here now open. Let's get you to this dramatic video. It shows the moment Hamden police, backed up by Yale police, opened fire on this red Honda Civic inside the car, driven by 20 Boone and his girlfriend. Now, we're not releasing her name yet. She is still in the hospital being treated for at least one gunshot wound, we're told, to the face. Now, a moment ago, Paul Witherspoon released from police custody with absolutely no charges, but this investigation is still ongoing. Only News 8 was there. We sat down with him, his mother, and his one-year-old baby. I want to now play for you what he just told me he thought was happening the moment those police bullets started flying.
I thought I was already dead because he pointed it right at me. I heard gunshots and stuff before, but it's a different feeling of somebody shooting at you than the police shooting at you. I mean, it's just the police. You're not expecting them just to be shooting at you like that. Any other person maybe is. You can maneuver different, but it's the police. What you gonna do? I wasn't gonna hop out and run from y'all. Yeah, I was nervous. I thought I was already dead.
All right, back live here on the ground. Now, Witherspoon tells me that he was in the car with his girlfriend. They had not been involved in any robbery, as the police initially told us that this car they were in was suspected or tied to a possible robbery over in Hamden. That part of the whole scenario is still under investigation, but he is adamant that he was not involved in any type of robbery, and as you see, he is now released from police custody with no charges pending. Now, we also had an opportunity to question the Hamden Police Chief, Acting Chief John Cappiello, because this is the second or so incident involving Hamden police crossing over into New Haven. I asked the chief what's going on. Take a listen to this exchange.
It's under investigation. Internal affairs investigation will be conducted, and we'll have to wait for the outcome of that. That's as much comment I'm going to have at this point.
All right, what you guys missed at the beginning of that was me hammering the police chief, asking him why we continue to have these incidents where Hamden police are coming over into New Haven for whatever purpose. Now, that will be the subject of a conference call between New Haven's mayor, Hamden's mayor, and all three police chiefs from New Haven, Hamden, and Yale. They will be discussing those very questions tomorrow on a conference call. Of course, we'll monitor that and hope to have more from that developing end of things as well. This is a story that is constantly changing. Of course, we're on top of it and expect to have much more from the driver, Paul Witherspoon, as well as the investigation later tonight on WTNH. Reporting live from New Haven, I'm Mario Boone, News 8.
Okay, Mario, thank you.
What's going on? I'm back, family. And what you just seen in the news clip, Basically, it was a police-involved shooting, and where a young lady, well, it was a male driver, and the person on the passenger side was a young lady by the name of Stephanie Washington, which is 22 years old. As of now, they said that the young lady is facing not facing life-threatening injuries, and hopefully she makes a speedy recovery. But as you can see in the video, the officer started firing immediately. You know, no questions asked. You know, he just went out firing, and it's crazy how a lot of these police officers can use the narrative of where I was fearing for my life and stuff like that. But in a lot of cases, these police officers are basically domestic terrorists on American soil. There are domestic terrorists. You know, we don't have to worry about, in a lot of cases, how they say Muslims and all that. I don't see Muslims just shooting people in the street. I'm sorry. But I see police do it all the time, family. And we got to understand that we dealing with, it's a war zone, especially when it comes to the melanated family. You know, we have to deal with police accordingly. You know, every time I see a police officer or I'm out and about, you know, sometimes my heart drop. You get what I'm saying? Because I'll be like, man, I never know when the police can be on some bullshit and be like, man, I fear for my life just because the color of my skin. You get what I'm saying, family? But it also says that in a news article that the brother that was driving the car, he goes by the name of Paul Witherspoon III. He's a father of a newborn, a 1-year-old baby girl, and they took him into custody, and he was later released without charges. But basically, I guess the probable cause for the police officer pulling the brother over was it was some type of armed robbery, and they claimed that the car matched was the description that was given to them, I guess, fleeing the area where the robbery took place. But come to find out, this vehicle had nothing to do with it. Neither passenger or driver was armed. They didn't find no guns or no nothing. But this police decided to go and use full force. You know, that was like a militaristic type hit that he tried to get away with. Luckily, cameras caught it. You know, in a lot of cases, things like this go on, and sometimes the camera's not running, family. So you gotta thank God now that we living in a time where cameras are running and stuff like this can go viral. You know, and it can be out to the mass public, because police didn't win decades upon decades of just doing dirty shit like this and just covering it up just by saying that they fear for their life. You know, I seen a video where it was a brother, he did have a gun. The brother had a gun, but, you know, the police, you know, because the police always put your weapon down. You know, they say a lot of commands at one time, and, you know, certain people, you know, they get real nervous, and, you know, and they put it down, drop this, blah, blah, blah. So as it seemed like the brother was getting ready to drop the weapon, why these police unloaded on him, man? Like, they killed the brother, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, man, as a black man in America, yeah, they say we have a Second Amendment right and whatnot, but police will come to us hostile if we try to go outside with our weapons and stuff, because they always suspect us as being the criminals, because they define the narrative of what a black man in America is. You get what I'm saying, family? I know, and other people that think like me understand that all black people are not criminals. All black people don't do nefarious things. You get what I'm saying, fam? That's why it's going to have to get to a point where we have more brothers and sisters that care about our people becoming lawyers, becoming judges, becoming law enforcement and stuff like that. People that really care about the communities that they supposedly protecting and serving. You get what I'm saying? Because the people that's in the community now don't give a damn about that community. They only come in there just to do their job. You get what I'm saying? But if we have people that's from our community working within those groups, it'll be a change. Because we got to understand that law enforcement has been infiltrated by a lot of these neo-Nazi groups, a lot of these white supremacist groups, a lot of these right-wing groups. A lot of these police officers are involved with those groups, family. Yes, when you see a lot of brothers getting shot down in the street, and then they try to make it seem like, oh, the person, the police was in the right for shooting him because, oh, he was a thug, or he was this, or he was that. You know, they do it all the time. You know, they did it with young brother Trayvon Martin, and the person that shot him wasn't even a police officer. But they tried to make it seem like Trayvon Martin was a threat and he was this and that. But the boy was he was into aeronautics, you know, and he was a straight A student according to his family, friends, his peers, and his parents. So, you know what I'm saying? In a lot of cases, man, these people will demonize the victim just to let the police get off harming American citizens. You know, no country in the world have more police shootings and police deaths from police shootings than America. I think several countries combined don't even match. A lot of countries combined doesn't even match the yearly total of how many police shootings in America. You get what I'm saying, family? So we gotta understand, when you allow, when America has allowed their racist views to join the racism and the views of racism to bring itself into law enforcement, and it's a reason. That's one of the prime reasons why a lot of this stuff is going on today, family. It's not a coincidence at all, family. We gotta understand this, man. And at the end of the day, it's unfortunate what happened to this young lady, Stephanie Washington, I believe. Yeah, Stephanie Washington. And luckily, the young man didn't get shot, you know, and it's crazy because a lot of people where that didn't happen to wasn't on camera and they wasn't able to survive, family. You know, this is America with 3 Ks, of course, 3 Ks. So we got to understand what we're dealing with, family. And the judicial system in a lot of cases is in hand, you know, and the police officer, they'll just give them a slap on the wrist in a lot of cases. No other job in this world, well, I'm going to say in America, because that's where I'm from, but no other job in America is where you can be negligent. You can be negligent on your job and cause harm to another person and don't be held accountable. But police officers have the luxury, I'm not even going to say, they seem like they give them the right to harm people, unjust in a lot of cases, to harm people, harm or kill a person, and nothing happened. Hell, if I'm working in a job and I harm somebody or something happened and because of me being negligent, I'm going to have to be held responsible for that, family. You get what I'm saying? But hopefully this cop loses his job and get charged, because that's unfortunate, because he just let off in that car and it looked like it was a hit or something, family. But with that said, family, stay cool, stay blessed, stay black. And another thing, family, the officer that did the shooting, that shot the young lady, Stephanie Washington, he was from a different district. The shooting happened in New Haven, and that officer was from the Hamden area. So that's another thing. This officer was out of his district, out of his jurisdiction, shall I say. And he did that, you know, and he shot that young lady, and luckily he didn't kill her, and or the guy that was driving. But it's crazy, man. A lot of these law enforcement, police officers, they get away with a lot of bullshit. They get away with a lot of fuck shit, and you know, and they think they can just do whatever the fuck they want to. But us as taxpaying citizens, you know, everyday working Americans and whatnot, we need to hold these people accountable, you know, and stop allowing them to just do renegade justice when they feel like they can just because they got a badge, because they're no bigger than you as an American citizen. They're no better than you. They're no bigger than you. They're nothing. They're just police officers, So with that said, family, stay cool, stay blessed, stay black.